For more on these important reforms, we are joined by Ruben Olmos. He is the International Government Relations Consultant and Managing Partner of Global Nexus. Welcome to Biz Asia America. Great to have you here. Let me start with this reform of the energy sector. Share with us, what does it look like to you?
Thank you very much, Phillip, for having me in your studio. Well, the reform that President Peña Nieto plans to present to Congress in a couple of weeks includes many aspects. First of all, obviously, the oil sector. It also includes the energy sector in terms of electricity and the gas sector as well. I think Mexico has lost competitiveness over the last couple of years, given the lack of investment in the major company Pemex, who, as you know, is state-owned.
Whose fault is it that there hasn't been more capital expenditures?
I think it's been a combination of many actors, primarily given that for many years this has been a sacred issue for Mexicans. The Mexican left, the opposition party now, the PRD, has been against the opening of Pemex to private investment. On the other side, many sectors of the current party in power, the PRI, were also against the opening of Pemex. And thirdly, I would say the union that controls Pemex has always been against private investment.
And of course, the reason why we're talking about private investment here is because private investors want a return on their money. They want to make money. They're not doing it for charitable reasons. And John mentions that in his package about this proposed profit-sharing agreements. Share with us, what does that look like to you, and is it realistic enough that all parties would agree to?
Well, this is a key issue, and I think that President Peña Nieto has been very straightforward when he talks about the numbers and how Pemex looks. And he said that the only way for Pemex to be more productive and to continue to lead, in this case, the revenue. Let's not forget that Mexico gets most of its revenue from oil, from the money that comes in from oil. And the only way that this is going to be able to move forward is inviting private investment to help bring more oil out.
But is that convincing enough, though?
Well, that's a key issue. Many people within the same PRI have certain, they're not 100% sure that this would work.
They're skeptical.
They're skeptical about what could happen. You know, obviously, again, Pemex is a sacred company for the country, and most of the Mexicans for many years have been against the opening of the company.
The other key issue, and it's really one of the elephants in the room, is the corruption. I mean, everyone knows that corruption is an issue, specifically in this sector when you have a state-owned company as big and large and has this sort of history of essentially controlling energy for the entire state. How is that going to be dealt with, and how realistic will it be to sort of win that battle?
Most of the members of the union are aligned to the PRI. And I think they've seen that over the last couple of months, President Peña Nieto is not kidding around when it comes to combating corruption. A couple of months ago, he detained the most important union leader, which is the educational leader, El Gordillo. She put him in jail, given a series of corruption acts. And I think that this was a key message to unions like Pemex. The president is not kidding around.
So the administration is serious about cracking down on corruption?
The president is serious, and the administration is serious to cracking down corruption, given the lack of competitiveness. I think that's the key issue.
Let me try to get outside of the oil and gas field a little bit, and maybe you could share with us, does this set precedents for other sectors, I mean, even within the energy sector, about getting more private companies involved, trying to increase capital investment into those sectors and regions? Share with us sort of the future 5 years down the road.
Definitely. Over the last couple of months, there's been several reforms introduced by Congress and approved by all of the political parties. Again, the educational reform was approved, the telecommunications reform was approved, which invites foreign investment to come to Mexico and invest in the sector. And we're most likely going to see additional reforms to make the country more competitive looking forward.
Ruben Olmos, fascinating stuff. I mean, this really could be a very big game changer for the entire country and for the sector, and especially for the energy field, and of course Pemex. International Government Relations Consultant with Global Nexus. Thank you very much. Great to have you.